Yo, what is up YouTube? Today I want to talk about should you pull for the banner that's happening right now. Actually, this is a little late. Mejiro Ardan, the new Umamusume for Umamusume Global, and the support cards featuring Agnes Digitasl Power SSR and Ines Fujin Wit SR. Guys, if this is helpful to you at all, please remember to like and subscribe to this channel and use code MAMBO. For a limited time, you can get 20% off GamerSubs products by using code MAMBO, by using my code. Otherwise, it'll be 10% off, and, you know, that's perfectly fine too. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, Mejiro Ardan. Mejiro Ardan is a pretty cool Umamusume. She has a lot of specialty in medium distance tracks as a pace chaser. She is able to front run, and she does have some capabilities as being a late surger. She also does have B in mile, so she could definitely be, you know, used as a mile distance runner. Long distance D is not too bad. It does say bad over here, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's D. Speed is 10%, and wit is 20% growth, which is pretty decent, you know? And definitely you could see probably applications of her being a front runner. She's also just a very pretty Umamusume, I believe. I like her outfit. I think her blue hair is very unique in her design. As far as her capabilities as an Umamusume, her unique skill is pretty cool. Her unique skill says, seize the moment when close to the runner behind on the final straight, slightly consuming endurance to greatly increase velocity for a moderate duration. So it's a final straight skill. It's a last spurt sort of velocity skill, which is great. You want velocity on the last spurt because typically on the last spurt you are already at top speed, and this will just jack it up even further. It does come with some stamina drain, so that could be, you know, that could be bad sometimes, but it's not by much. You can see that, like, with preferred position you get like 0.015 stamina recovery, and so this is just 0.01, which isn't that bad, right? It's not that bad. It's basically mitigated by having any white heal. This is a greatly skill, so this is a more powerful velocity skill than most other Umamusume. And the activation condition is pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. You know, you're on the final straight, and someone is pressuring you from behind. Someone is like within one, I believe this is 1 meter, not necessarily one length. Okay, it's 1 horse length behind you, which isn't bad, right? I mean, like, if someone is really close to you and about to catch up, you turn this on and she just zooms away, right? On top of her unique skill being a last spurt velocity skill, it pairs well with another last spurt velocity skill that she does get on medium distance tracks, which is All I've Got in her innate skills. You have that. On top of that, you do have the gold version, Come What May. Come What May is something that you could use to pair with her unique skill to just get a bunch of last spurt velocity and speed. Left-handed is pretty nice, especially as a front runner. You can have 1 green skill on certain distance tracks, or rather certain tracks that are left-handed. This seems pretty good. Typically speaking, Tokyo race courses or Tokyo races, like the Japanese Derby, the Tenno Autumn, these are left-handed courses. So it kind of shows her affinity for these type of tracks. She also has Pace Chaser Corners, which is an excellent, this is a S tier sort of cornering skill. Very good velocity for the cost that it takes to learn it. Race Planner is a great healing skill, and it's gold. It's very easy activation condition. It works just by being a Pace Chaser, basically. So she has a really solid kit. What I would say, or sort of caution people who are enthusiastic to, you know, roll for her and play her, is her secret events. So after her debut, she does get this status called Legs of Glass. So basically what this is that as long as she's racing objective races, that's fine. If she participates in optional races 2 turns in a row, it will give her -10 energy and trigger bad practice condition. It doesn't trigger or apply if the second race is an objective race, so a race on her sort of career goals. But in general, like if you're trying to do extra races, Legs of Glass will trigger and it'll give, you know, bad practice and -10 energy, which isn't very good. That being said, when you are playing the new Make a New Track scenario, which is just right around the corner, all these secret events for every Umamusume will not be triggered. These do not play out at all, mostly because Make a New Track has it such that you don't do the objective races for the Umamusume, and so you're not eligible for any of these secret events. So Legs of Glass is not going to be a problem for Make a New Track, but for future scenarios, it is something to consider, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Mejiro Ardan. Overall, a very solid Oshi pick, right? As you guys love to hear me say. I mean, she's not the best sort of parent. She's not an extraordinary runner, but she is very solid. And she is very strong. She has good skills. She's very easy to build. And so I definitely think if anyone is looking for an interesting racer for Make a New Track, Mejiro Ardan is a pretty cool one to run. Next up, we have Agnes Digitasl, the Power SSR. So this card was interesting because her unique effect is similar to the previous banner. It's different from all the other unique effects that are currently in the game, right? It says if there are at least 5 different types of support cards in your deck, gain increased training 15. So that's training effectiveness. So she has 15 training effectiveness when there are 5 or more different types of support cards, which is weird, right? Because you need this power card, then you probably want speed, you probably want wit, you probably want a PAL card that is fitted to the scenario, so like Riko Kashimoto in like a Unity track, right? And then what's the last one? It could be stamina, it could be guts, right? And that's just a lot of spreading out of different types. And unfortunately, we don't really have the scenario where this type of split deck is very good. So by that sort of virtue, Agnes Digitasl is just not a very good card for now, and is probably not going to be that great for a while, right? I will say that we are playing the Beyond Dreams scenario in Japanese Umamusume, and I do seem to have like these decks, or I see a lot of decks that have a lot of different types, but that's nowhere near for global. Agnes Digitasl, however, besides just having a weird unique effect, on her own is a fine card, right? If you max limit break her, she has like race bonus 5, which isn't bad. She's sort of a roaming power card. She has stamina bonus, which is very nice, right? As well as power bonus, and some decent multipliers. But what I will say is really the selling point for Agnes Digitasl is the fact that she has Umastan in her support hints. She also has left-handed, and on top of all this, she has Lead the Charge as a gold skill, and I believe Umastan, I want to say, is guaranteed, right? Okay, it's not guaranteed. You could pick it to guarantee it, but actually, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, no, you could pick Umastan, which is a very nice skill for a lot of different tracks, or if you are preparing for a dirt track, such as for the upcoming Aquarius Dirt Champions meeting, you could pick Lead the Charge. And this doesn't seem good, at least from the image, but if you click on the details, it actually gives you a lot of acceleration. It gives you a lot of acceleration. It happens in the late race, so it's perfect timing, but it is like a random point in the late race, so it's not like the best. It's still potentially very good and can help you out a lot for dirt distance tracks, or rather dirt tracks, and I would pick this skill for sure. But Umastan, for everything else, is very good. That being said, again, she's a power card. I'm not a big fan of power cards. Her unique effect is not that great. It's basically non-existent for most majority of decks. And so I would highly suggest skipping this banner, because definitely the SR card is not going to be what is this banner's sort of saving grace. Ines Fujin SR Wit card is a Wit card specifically designed for like front runners. You have Moxie, you have Playtime's Over, which is great for front runners, right? You have Speed Eater for mile distance tracks, which is amazing. You have final push, you have fast paced. This is all very good. As far as skills go, it's all very good. That being said, she has some key things missing from most wit cards that you would otherwise would like. She only has 5% race bonus, which is okay, right? She has no training effectiveness to speak of, right? And so without any training effectiveness, she has okay multipliers, right? And just these skills, like, while they are good, you already are competing for a spot that Mihono Bourbon, as a free SSR wit event card, already kind of fulfills as like the premier wit card for frontrunners. So yeah, I mean, Ines Fujin, if you don't have any other wit cards, for sure, like, throw her in, especially if you're running for frontrunners. But Mihono Bourbon is 9 times out of 10 going to take up that slot. And then you probably want some kind of skill point bonus card, like Marvelous Sunday or Agnes Digitasl. So that's what I would say is my assessment of this card. I just don't think there's a lot of room for her. But if you're looking for, like, I guess your 3rd or 4th wit card for your frontrunner decks, I mean, it's not bad. Final push is a very good acceleration skill. Fast pace is a very good velocity skill for frontrunners. You know, you do have playtimes over. You do have Moxie. So she has some pretty decent skills to offer. Okay. But that's going to be it for this Should You Pull. If this is helpful to you, like and subscribe. Use code MAMBA for 10% off your gamer subs, 20% off for a limited time. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.